All right, we're moving into mid-May, May 13th. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day yesterday. Russell is the chart on the right, the ES, the chart on the left. Why is it important to be around people that have more eyes and ears on what matters? Because then you're most likely to be told what matters if you're not looking at it. Russell was a good leader and weaker than the other equity markets at some point. So around 10:15 Central, this market on the right, the Russell, and I quote the price drop in the decimal. You don't have to trade the Russell to watch the Russell. So they had lows that they kept trying to tag and couldn't get through, all through down here. Let me blow this chart up to really give you guys a sense of how many times they were coming down to this area and kept driving back up. I mean, all of these are P&F rotations, and they just keep clicking back up to the north side. And they can't get them to go lower and leak lower. And then all of a sudden, what we get, let me shrink that back to the ES, play it. It's not that much faster than real time. You're going to see both markets curl over. One makes an attempt at a lower low. This S&P eventually does it. And this Russell finally was able to break through those lower 98s. Right now it's about 30, 20 ticks away from where it is now. But I just want you to watch on the right, when we finally get a quick move lower, what it does to the S&P, or if you trade the NASDAQ. If you're bullish one of them, it could get you less bullish, keep you out of trouble. If you're bearish looking for a reason to sell it, it could get you short. But the price action of another ancillary market is only going to help you, especially with quick moves and an idea that you can anticipate. So you anticipate if they get close to those lows they've been trying to drive through, they're going to go through them. Right now, when it gets like below 20, below 15 here in this Russell, still a couple minutes away, we're moving about double speed. As soon as it gets a couple 15, 20 ticks from its low, it runs, right? A market like the Russell runs. Now, they're both moving about the same. There's no lead lag in either product. You see them both kind of getting clipped and getting hit and getting sold at the same time. Both of them are driving sideways. You obviously are a little bearish in here, but maybe too late to get short as far as like where do you think it could go. You got a green edge zone buyer. Let me pause it a second. Two things. They just dove lower right here in the Russell. Replay this on YouTube if you didn't see it. Then they get a green edge zone buyer right here at 1775. You at some point got to say, this is it. They got to be able to take these out. Doesn't mean you sell the Russell. You just know how close it is, anticipating at some point they got to blow them out. And you got this green edge zone buyer that probably is going to get laughed at on the playground for wetting his pants again. And there goes watch the right side, the Russell, 542. They're both releasing together. But there was that quick moment right there. I'll show you again. There was this quick moment when it went from 15 to 06 right here in the Russell where they actually, when I say they, the ES stopped for a second and unloaded some equipment, unloaded some contracts and had a green edge zone. And it's like, take a shot if you're bearish. Understand the story. Look around. Look at more interesting stuff than what's in front of you. And most people, when they get into looking at other stuff, it's the wrong stuff. So look at the right stuff. And to make sure you know you're on the right track of watching the right stuff, if it's another market that you could logically explain the relationship, then it's the right stuff. Might not lead that day, but then you put yourself around people, gives you lead lag, gives you relationships, gives you, hey, this is happening, watch out for that, and everything else in between. You've seen that moment. You could replay it in YouTube. That's where this video is going. Subscribe it, and leave comments, like it, and everything else. But that's the tail of the tape there. Tom, thanks for helping. We'll see
you too, Anthony. Take it easy. All right.
Checks in the mail.
Thank you. I'll be looking.
See you, Anthony.
All right, Mark. Thank you, too. Tom and I had a bet about China reaching a deal on Friday, and I lost it. So I told him I'll send him a check, and he could frame the check. and leave it on his wall forever.